Welcome back, guys. We are going to be continuing this franchise of talking about the different Predator movies. So today we are going to be talking about Predator 2. Now, this came out a couple years later after the first movie came out in 1990. So a couple years before I was born. And I remember watching this, and again, I fell in love with this franchise very early. And I remember watching this, and I was trying to remember, okay, which one's my favorite? Is the first one, second one? Because we didn't really have another Predator movie for so long until Alien versus Predator, which again I'll talk about that in another video. But I would have to say Predator 2 was pretty cool as well. Again, I don't know how well received it was, depending on everyone's personal view about it. Again, I go on my own personal opinion, and as well as others, who I talk to locally about different movies and things of that nature. But Predator 2 starts off in L.A., where we have this massive gang war that's going on between the gangs, between I would say the Jamaican gangs, as also the police department, and one of them is a detective played by Dan Glover, and he is a detective that is played. He plays as Michael Harrigan, who is a drug enforcer who's trying to take down the gangs in this city, and he has his police force with him. We also have the late Bill Paxton in here. We got Gary Busey in here. We have a pretty good cast now. The entirety of this film is how it starts. Is the Predators dropped off again in this city to try to find a hunt. Now, while on a job, we see a massive war go out between Michael as well as also the Predators. Now, what's really cool is the Predator goes after the Jamaicans first because he's wanting to find someone that is worthy to go up against. That is the whole reason the Predator does what it does, is because it wants a worthy adversary. It wants a worthy person to go up against and be able to fight. Now, I will say overall that the Predator 2 did have some things in here that was kind of interesting, kind of weird, but also got to see more weapons from the Predator, like the spear, the little, I would say, hand saw blade thing, and more plasma rifles as well, and then some other different cloaking abilities, things of that nature. We got to see more of the Predator rather than just in the first person view, and also how this Predator not only eliminates the gang forces but also the police force. It takes out the entirety mostly of Dan Glover's entire police force, to where he not only kills his best friend, and that's really what puts him on the hunt, but then also we have Gary Busey's character, who is a government agent, played as Peter Keyes, who is looking for this damn thing for so many years, and he wants to freeze it so they can analyze and study, obviously what the government does. And I will say Bill Paxton in this role, playing as Jerry Lambert, was actually a badass character, man. Some of my favorite scenes is actually with him in here. One of my favorite scenes is actually where he gets first introduced of trying to impress Lana, and to where she actually grabs him by the nuts and tells him to not try that cowboy shit here. And then he's like, and then I think you got where he says, Danny, he's like, if you're feeling up to it, then how about you limp up in there and meet the lieutenant? And I love that scene. And I love the subway scene, where, the Predator's just slaughtering everybody. And you see, Jerry saying, okay, mother, he's like, let's dance. And it's just those, again, the character build-up, the music build-up was on point. The music was on point to be able to get you ready for that scene where like, oh man, it's gonna go, like, here we go, and just how Mike, he was so ready to take on the Predator, like he was willing to die, because it took out his best friend, and he, in the way he was, and again, what I would be too, or anyone, I think, you take out a good friend, you're going to go for revenge, especially if you're a cop, right? That classic, you're my partner, you're my buddy, I got your back, and I'm going to redeem you, and I'm going to seek justice for you. And I loved how that was. And he became literally on the hunt, to how it's kind of crazy how it switches back and forth to who's the prey and who's the hunter, so to speak. And they go back and forth with this through the entirety of this movie. And they go through the same thing of, like, you're one ugly mother, all that kind of stuff. And again, a lot of the classic lines in here of the whole, what was it? I think Dan Glover, something along the lines of, you don't want to kill the asshole, you want to freeze him. Things of that nature, to where he wants to study him because of how old the Predator is, how scientifically enhanced the Predator civilization are. And what's really cool is of how they're trying to still connect all the lore and the story of the Predator franchise together, which again, it does do well, but at times it does not. And I think for the Predator itself, for Predator 2, was, I would say, more of a build up to another movie, which again, we did not get till several years later. But again, I still enjoy Predator 2. I think it's a great movie. I still think it's a great film addition to the franchise, and anytime it's on, I do enjoy watching it. I do enjoy the landscape, I enjoy the music, I enjoy the characters, and I enjoy the fight scenes. I enjoy the comedy that's in there as well. And overall, I would say a very decent movie. So if you guys have never seen Predator 2, definitely give it a try. It is out there. It is on DVD. It is on Hulu. It is on Max. You guys can watch it pretty much anywhere at this point. And again, it's not a newer movie, but it's still a very good movie, and I still think it holds up to this day. So if you guys have not seen Predator 2, definitely give it a shot. It is worth it, in my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think about it either way. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. You guys know the deal. Enjoy, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.